It's Friday, March 9th, 2012, and here's what's happening in other news. In other news is brought to you by Mechagodzilla. He's like Godzilla, but a robot, so he's twice as cool. He's been a sponsor for a long time. Also by Netflix. If you want to save time, money, and hassle, try out netflix.com/twit for your free 30-day trial. Netflix.com/twit. Welcome to another news. I'm Ayaz Akhtar.
I'm Tony Wang.
I'm Liz Romero.
Nicole, you're here.
I'm Nicole Lee.
And I'm Chad Johnson.
And this is the 17th time we've started this episode, so if you've watched the other ones, then you know this is going to be the best one, right? Because we're actually going to have a show after it.
That was 24.
What's that? Was that?
24?
No, not the 17th time. Today we tried it.
Oh, today.
This is the 24th episode, and this show, again, takes a laid-back look at Beyond the Tech headlines. Now, normally we don't overlap with other shows because I'm on other shows, and I'm aware of what's on that. But the thing is, we really, really want to talk about tweeting a beer.
Yay!
Let's talk about this thing.
I do.
Because we all want you to tweet us beers.
Yes, please.
So let's explain this. There's a quick way that you can just tweet at people. Just added this link right now, right before the show. You can tweet a beer. All you need to know is their Twitter address and say, I'm going to tweet a beer at them.
Whoa!
So,
this is the first time I've heard about this story.
now all of us are very excited about this. Yes. Somebody's already tweeted me a beer. I'm very happy about that.
What?
Liz has got a beer tweeted at her.
Yay!
Holy crap!
So if we could, what you guys could do is do a Google search for tweet a beer, and what it really does is something simple. Okay, it's a $5.
Don't tell them.
I have to.
Oh.
This is the news part of the show.
Damn it.
Oh my
What
god!
happens when you tweet a beer is you actually are sending $5 via PayPal.
I'm gonna tweet a beer right now.
And when you tweet you're not actually tweeting a beer. You're tweeting $5.
But
So,
the $5 can go toward a beer
it could go towards
or
anything.
a sandwich
If you want some wine,
or chips.
I need 400 beers. So
Well, I
you
just
guys
got a
can-
beer, and my beer number is 1078.
Apparently, I don't know my own
yes,
username.
I think that many of us should be sent beers. All you need to know is
you should
your
send a beer
Twitter address.
to all of us. OMG Chad, Ayaz, Tony, what's your...
Yeah, me and
Tony
Ayaz
wants
have
milk
high
tea.
tolerances, so one ain't gonna do it.
Well, that's
So
not
yeah,
right.
so you guys can do that. That's tweet a beer. Go ahead and sign up for that.
If you tweet me enough beers, I will get a cocktail.
I need 400 beers for my new camera.
No,
So.
Nicole will definitely. She'll send you a Samsung Galaxy S3 if you tweet her enough beers.
Yes, I will.
See,
If I get my 400 beers, I will come to your house and take your family portrait.
okay.
Whoa.
So there you go. You heard it here first, and no one will honor this completely. We're lying. Do not send us that.
I'm
many.
serious.
Oh, Tony will do that. So
Anywhere? They're in Canada?
In America.
Anyway.
The lower part of America.
enough overlap with TNT's
Okay.
randomizer segment, which.
You're random.
Wait. What is the show TNT you're talking about?
It's called Tech News Today. It's available every day.
Who's on it?
I don't
Every
know.
day?
Every day. If you want to know Tech News Today, check out Tech News Today.
I don't think that's a good idea. Every day?
It's weird.
Not,
The
not
weird
a good
thing is
idea.
there's a lot of tech news every day, but some of it falls beyond that. That's why this show's here. And there's this actually a pretty cool story about the iPad 3. I know everyone is sick of the iPad at this point. The new iPad
It's not the
is out.
iPad 3, Ayaz.
The new iPad.
Third generation. Excuse me. See, Nicole's a producer here, so she tells me what to say and how to say it. So I have to listen to her. So let's talk about this topic that actually kind of got pushed off the headlines because everyone was like, oh, it's got this awesome display. There are two versions of the iPad that there's the Verizon version and the AT&T version, and they both have different plans. Now, the Verizon version will offer a mobile hotspot included in the price off the bat. AT&T's does not offer that. So if you are trying to pick which one do I get, they're both LTE, which one do I go with? Well, AT&T might have lower rates, but they don't have the mobile hotspot enabled right away. AT&T has said that they are working on this, but Verizon's plans already include hotspot, which is a great feature in general because the first plan I think is like $20 for 1 gigabyte. It's a good deal.
Yeah, I was thinking about that I was going to go with AT&T if I did this sort of thing because if you compare the plans on the website, the Apple Store, like let's choose this white model, and if you look at come on, where is it? Here we are.
There we go.
AT&T is for 2 gigabytes a month. Or 250 megabytes is $14, but for 3 gigabytes you get $30. If you spend $30 on Verizon, you only get 2 gigabytes. And so it seems like Verizon is trying to sort of up the ante by offering this Wi-Fi hotspotting included in that $30 price.
So what drives me nuts about that, when I first saw it, when I picked my iPad, I'm like, why would you pick AT&T's LTE? They're like in 12 markets. That's not the right number. I'm sure there's more than that. But Verizon has blanketed the country for a large degree, or to a large degree, in LTE. So that was a no-brainer to me. Even though the plans are a little bit more expensive, including the hotspot off the bat, for me, that's a victory, because I'll simply have lots of devices like my laptop, an iPod Touch, any other Wi-Fi device will be internet-enabled with that iPad. So I think it's an interesting note that somewhat got lost in the whole span of iPad 3, awesome display. It's got maybe a gigabyte of RAM. Who knows what's in it?
So, Chad, are you saying that the price of the hotspot is not any more than the data that you're paying anyway?
Yeah, correct. On Verizon, when you buy your plan,
Yeah.
hotspotting is included in that price. You don't have to pay any
Right,
extra.
whereas AT&T, we don't know yet, but
We have no idea. They might not even offer
yeah.
hotspotting.
Now, it's been days since this story broke out on Thursday morning, and AT&T hasn't said one way or another what they're doing. They hope to enable the feature, but they didn't say if they're going to charge you extra. And AT&T kind of likes doing that. So I am glad I am not.
So I have on the Boondocks, only AT&T works, nothing else works.
Yeah.
Well, that's your own fault.
Do you guys know technically if this is like LTE only? I'm assuming like if you don't have LTE, it falls back to 4G.
Well, 3G.
3G.
Yeah.
Well, 4G.
Yeah,
Are you talking
yeah.
about hotspotting? Like you can only
No,
hotspot
just
on
your
LTE?
connectivity. I mean, you could.
It would be because it has CDMA and EVDO in the Verizon version, and the AT&T one presumably would have HSPA or whatever they're calling their.
So it'd have both. You're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, your
Yeah.
cap will work on either one. It's not
I mean,
like,
that's interesting to know because the Verizon one presumably will not work in GSM countries, right? Because it's
So
CDMA,
Actually, they
EVDO.
both won't work because of frequency issues. I think.
yeah, there are a lot of.
That's what I read.
Oh yeah,
There's an international version that's different than the ones in the U.S.
right,
I
right.
think.
So there's like 4 different versions of iPad.
Yeah,
Four
but
different
we're being
versions?
U.S. centric right now. There's 2 versions here.
Right.
That's what we get.
There's
I know.
3.
Oh, the Wi-Fi one. Very funny, Tony.
It's not funny.
Tony's he's absolutely correct.
There's
He's not funny.
3.
He's not funny at all. He's serious and he's right. See, he's right there. He's right. This guy. Point. I'm in his shot now. There we go. All right, that was exciting, wasn't it?
Amazing.
All right, let's move on to some hackery, which we love covering because normally it's about like exploits in browsers and your bank security's stolen and you're like, oh, I'm losing my mind. I lost all my money. No, this one's way, way, way more interesting. Michael Jackson's unreleased tracks were stolen by hackers. 2 men in Britain charged for hacking Sony Music's computers and stealing music. Now, included in this is Michael Jackson's entire catalog with a whole bunch of unreleased music. Now, I'm not ashamed to admit it. When I was a kid, like Michael Jackson music, I still like his music now.
Do you have one in the glove?
I don't have the glove, no.
You're not a
But
true fan, man.
I'm really interested in the unreleased music. So if you guys stole this stuff, I hope that the music's available.
Well, they didn't really steal it.
What did
They
do?
just backed it up to the internet.
They backed it up.
What? That's a pretty hard argument to.
Like they didn't literally take it from Michael Jackson and he doesn't have his.
Well, he's very much dead. I don't know if you can take it from him.
You're stealing from his
that's-
children.
wait, that's
You are
another thing.
stealing
So
from his children then.
Who are they stealing from?
Sony
They're stealing
Music.
from Sony.
Sony.
Sony Music's
They
computer.
stole-
Sony
they
music,
stole it from-
you know,
yeah.
they have-
I mean, they're stealing in the same way that copying copyrighted material is stealing.
Now let me do this quick.
I mean, they
argument.
didn't actually take the files off and then
Oh.
delete the file off Sony's
Well, okay,
server.
hang on.
right?
Let me, okay, you know what the theft is? It's theft of intellectual property rights.
Right.
That's what drives me nuts. I hear it on some other shows when everyone's like, you're not taking away anything. Yeah, you are. It's called distribution rights. So stop it right now.
Tony, didn't you hear? Would you steal a car? Would you steal a purse?
Would you download a
Would
car?
you download?
You
a
can't
song?
copy a car.
I'll download a purse. How do I do it? What do I do? What?
And also, do we? So we know that's stolen. Has anybody leaked this out yet? Is this on Mega Upload?
I don't know. I'm not going to look it
Okay.
up because actually Mega Upload's down, so you can't use that.
I know.
You can't use Hot File either because they're getting sued, and that was covered on
Maybe,
another
maybe
show.
this is just a very, very enthusiastic Michael Jackson fan who's very upset about his.
Well, this
past
is more of a
success.
stalker.
Two people apparently.
okay.
They were both arrested as a result. James Mark and James McCormick.
And that's what happens if you steal things, if you hack into Sony.
or
well,
borrow things.
Borrow. That's exactly what it's about. Let's talk about a shrinkable car.
A shrinkable car?
That's right, Chad. A shrinkable car.
What?
Over at CeBIT, there's this company. I can't remember its name now. It's showing off a concept car. It's the German Center for Artificial Intelligence. They are showing off this pod, which is not necessarily a car because everyone makes fun of it because it doesn't look like a car. But here's what it can do. First, it's shrinkable, so it can get smaller by 50 centimeters. So if you want to fit it in one tiny spot on the street, you could. Plus, the wheels turn around 360. So if you just pull up next to a spot, you can just move the car this way. And apparently,
So there's no more problems with parallel parking because
Nope.
it just turns and just drive right in.
that's right. Exactly. It just turns and goes in. What's even crazier about this is smartphone integration. You can call this phone to pick you up.
No.
It will show up.
Does it have a nice voice?
This is what it looks like. Take a look at here. It is the EO Smart.
Okay, that's
Connecting
not a car.
Everyone's calling it a pod.
It's a glorified wheelchair.
Yeah.
It looks like an egg. Like you have
Okay.
egg
I
chairs
don't
to
know.
be egg
Well, see,
car.
so technically, a car needs a bumper and headlights, and I don't see bumpers on that car.
Okay, wait a minute. Like a smart car is much bigger than this.
Yes.
A
No,
smart car,
so-
yes, actually.
I just think, I mean, wow, it can lean, so when it corners, that's pretty
Oh,
cool.
that's
It seems like you could do a video
It's like
game in it.
motorbike
Yeah,
almost.
I would
the
love
way,
to-
The way
yeah.
it,
Now, so does it drive itself? Is that what you're saying?
It
So you
can
call
drive
it?
itself because this
it
is a
does have
Center
license
for
plate.
Artificial Intelligence, and that is really awesome. So, I'm saying that I get why people immediately go, "It's a pod. I don't want to drive this."
that's
thing."
interesting the way it folds up like that.
Yeah, that's
Now,
how.
I've seen multiple versions of these sorts of like weird sitting cars that fold up, that go up and
It
down.
goes around
like
in a
that.
circle.
Look at
See,
that.
Why
this
is
reminds-
that so desirable? Why does that seem to be where?
Now,
it's
Chad,
solar powered,
imagine you're in
too.
San Francisco, right? Imagine you.
Yes, but then why would you ever want it to fold down into a longer version of the car?
Oh, I see what you're saying. I think it's probably more for stability that you would want it.
It's
a
the
little
comfort
wider.
and just that's the way you drive. You're not going to be
guess.
driving like this or used to that.
We need a shot of, of
Yeah,
this.
I know.
What are you
Of a
doing?
Liz.
Going like this. You're not going to be driving like this. It'd be like having. Wait, hold on a second, guys. Like this. I'm driving, guys. I'm driving. You're not going to do that.
Well, yeah, of course, because you wouldn't do that. You'd drive like this. Like
A truck.
Are we going to have a
Like a school
contest?
bus? Like how
you know
this
what? We
guy
will
would
find
drive.
this, Chad, and we will settle this.
Look at this.
Look at that.
Do you have any idea?
That's pretty cool.
How often you're in the city and you're like, I need to park my car. You got to go to a garage.
Yeah,
it
there
costs
have
a
been
ton
many-
See,
of
look,
money.
he's leaning
Maybe
forward.
many
When he goes
times
up,
when I-
you're leaning forward like you're going, like you're about in a hockey
He's not
stand and you're about to.
leaning forward.
But he's not
He's at a
driving.
90-degree angle.
He's not driving in that posture. He's parking in that
he's so
posture.
much higher than the steering wheel though.
It seems awkward. This
don't
looks like something to be like
It
the
looks-
Star Wars ride.
It looks like a PT Cruiser.
Hang on a second. So the fact that it can shrink, it can drive itself, and it can do all these things. It can parallel park. You're stuck because of the driving posture.
I'm stuck because
Okay,
of
never
the folding ability. Looks like you would never use it. There's no reason.
I want
No
this for
rains on.
CS. I want this so after we're done with our shoot, we can summon the car to us and then we won't look so awkward. This is the only time I'd ever do that. It's some type of convention like that. Otherwise, people are
Let's
looking
see how
like
much
you're
it
terrorists.
costs. Like, because that to me is probably the deciding factor.
The cost.
If it's too expensive, oh look,
Whoa, it's modular.
you can
That's
add.
right. You can add more. You can build a train of these things. They're self-driving.
Passenger module.
Look at that.
for
That's pretty
source
cool.
events.
See, yeah,
I
no,
know,
we
you
should
guys
get this
make-
for our conventions we
Ooh,
cover.
they
There
love
you go.
each
Multiple
other.
vehicles.
There's
what?
your train. Because they're self-driving.
That's really neat.
Could you imagine that? You're like, I'm going to go commuting in from this town.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
now let's just.
Oh
okay,
my
this seems like
God.
Fast and
Like,
Furious. Come on,
never-
Tony.
You'd never have traffic
No?
again if they're
No,
that
Tony?
close to each other.
Look at that.
Tony,
Tony, you're upset about the shrinkable car. Why is that? Because you've seen it before,
do you need another beer? I have one.
It's $31,000.
but it drives itself.
Oh my no!
Look, that one is low on power. The other ones are going to charge it. They're its friend.
If it never needs any fuel ever, I can kind of see how the price might be okay because of the price of gas.
Yeah.
But
I'm lazy because I live a
You
mile
don't
from work.
drive.
Right, I live a mile for work. I would love this thing to drive me around. It's like take me to work.
self-driving car.
Yeah, I don't see this on the freeway.
It's cheaper than a cab.
I can't.
Maybe within the city, maybe. Like
Could you
San
imagine?
Francisco,
Listen, you go out to the
something
city, you get trashed, and then you tell your car to drive you somewhere.
Well, what if the city invested in these instead of like a subway system?
like that. Or
That'd
as
be
an
a
al-
lot more
as
expensive.
an alternative to zip car.
I don't know. I don't
right?
know if it would be
instead
more
of a
expensive.
zip car. or like an urban.
It would be a good zip car.
It would be a good zip car, like an urban car system.
And that tapping of the bell means that it is time for an ad. So
Okie dokie.
we'd like to thank Netflix. For some reason, Netflix has done the solid of sponsoring another news today. So you can watch thousands of TV episodes and movies on your PC, Mac, iPad, iPhone. Seriously, do I need to list the devices that you can watch Netflix on? You have to list one that it can't play on. It's Netflix, okay? It's on everything. Go to netflix.com/twit. You get a 30-day free trial. Now, let's say
Archer.
you're like, I don't know if I want to even try Netflix. Like, what do I want to watch? Who knows what's on Netflix? Well, they have a huge, huge collection of movies and TV shows. So if you like something like Archer, which I love, which is also right now going on FX, if you want to catch up on that with no commercials, okay? If you go to netflix.com/twit and you sign up, you can watch for 30 days as many things as you want. There are no limits. There's no like, oh, you can only
It's
watch
like
2
Limitless
hours.
or something.
Right, exactly. Like, oh, you can watch Limitless.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
also
look at
available
that.
on Netflix. Right there. It's a fantastic service. If you haven't tried it, I cannot understand how that's possible. But if you know people who haven't,
And really, those 30 days, there's really no strings attached. With
Exactly.
that 30 days that you get.
there's no strings attached at all. The thing is, if your friends don't have Netflix, go to their computers, okay?
Yeah.
And sign them up. Go to netflix.com/twit.
Violate their privacy?
You can take your friends home tonight.
Exactly. And if they don't do it, you should play some assassination games with them.
Right.
Or cause a fight. Something.
That's what I'm
Do
thinking.
something if they refuse to do it. Show that you have true grit.
Yeah.
Do something, Chad.
You could be a family guy.
Right,
If
you
you,
could be a
just
family-
buy
Oh, yeah.
some Netflix.
If you're a family guy, there's tons of kids stuff there and then rom-coms for the
And
wife.
you
and-
never have to back down too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You don't have to suffer a beatdown of a lack of content because
Right.
there's content on Netflix.com.
Right.
Check out Netflix.com/twit for your free 30-day trial. Sign up your friends. Sign up your enemies. Just go out there and sign up everybody.
Can I make a testimony for Netflix?
Would you please tell us a testimony of Netflix?
Yeah. I actually just got Netflix, what was it, like 3 months ago in December? Because Awesome Jeremy gave me a Roku. So I Netflix, first series ever, all on Netflix. I'm on episode 124 of Bones. 129 episodes almost under my belt. One series. It was awesome. Normally I buy every single series.
And I also believe they have the full run of X-Files. So,
And all the Star
that's a
Treks.
true legend.
All the Star Treks.
That's a true legend.
exactly. So we thank Netflix for their sponsorship of this show and of their support of Twit. So again, try out netflix.com/twit if you haven't tried it out already. But seriously, we know you tried it out. Tell your friends, okay? Let's move on to Watson. You remember IBM's Watson? It was on Jeopardy. It's this supercomputer made up of thousands of servers. Now, it's got a new job. It's working on Wall Street. Tony, tell me about it.
He
You were
got a
excited
new
about this.
job. He's working on Wall Street.
Okay. So Bloomberg reports that Watson is going to Wall Street, and what it's going to help you do, Citigroup is actually going to be using them. It's going to help make investments. Now, what Watson is set up for is figuring out answers. So it only has a limited scope of things. A lot of people thought a customer service would be good for Watson. I don't know about finances. That's where Watson is going because this project wasn't just built for an episode of Jeopardy. This technology had to be used somewhere. Nicole, would you trust thousands of servers to make your decisions in your finances?
So it will just pick whatever stock it thinks it will do well based on previous history, things like that.
I would think it's more complex than that, but sure, let's go with that.
Sure, if it's just that, if it's just smart enough to analyze things. I mean, it's not going to be any more efficient than a human in terms of a smart stock
humans have been
market.
doing horribly.
I don't know. I think it's going to be
Yeah,
way
so
more
that's
efficient.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like people have been doing any better.
If you have any investments in human beings, you know how that's going right now.
No, who won the Jeopardy thing? Was it Watson? Did he win?
Watson trashed Ken Jennings.
Oh wow.
And Ken Jennings is a pretty smart guy.
Yeah.
He's from Utah.
That's
Nothing to
it,
do
though.
with
Do you guys watched the Watson episodes? So, he was really good in a lot of it, but there were a few sort of quote unquote simple questions that he just couldn't really answer really well. I think that was one question about, I can't remember now. It was a very simple, easy question, and he just couldn't get it because of language.
Well, maybe he's dense.
Language.
I'm pretty smart. I'm dense though. So like I.
Do you think that he'd be a little socially inept? Like you'd see him at a party and he just wouldn't have any good stories to say.
Right. Exactly. He's just good. Like he doesn't have like good anecdotes to tell.
Right. He's just not really a people person.
Right.
But he's the best
a little
investment.
socially awkward.
He's the best investment ever. You don't have to pay him salary. You don't have to feed him. He doesn't go home.
Is there any workers' comp that happened? What if he gets destroyed?
No.
Do you have to
What
workers'
if he gets
comp at
hacked?
all?
You
I guess
just
hacked would be
fix-
workers' comp.
Yeah.
This is
what,
like
what
a
happens
sci-fi.
there? You know?
Story here.
He's
Someone
never
just
gonna
takes
be
a bat to him, just like Office Space. All of a sudden, just like, oh!
Some really angry financial analyst going like, I hate
Yeah.
you,
just start
Watson.
yep. It could happen, man.
What if he starts listening to emails and is busted for inside trading?
Well, he doesn't count as a person. You can't get in trouble for that, can he?
Can you sue a robot?
Not
You can
yet.
sue the company that makes the robot.
Oh, yeah, it's property. Exactly. Like if your dog goes off and kills somebody,
Wow.
the dog isn't liable.
Wait,
you
but
are.
hold on. But
He
then
really is
if
property.
you drive a Toyota car, just like today, there was an accident outside.
Yes.
Which I
You
totally
drive a
feel.
Toyota car, you crash, you kill somebody, a pedestrian. You can't sue Toyota,
No, that's right.
right? So you can't sue IBM for.
You can sue whoever's using him. So like if Citigroup
So
is,
yeah, so you gotta sue.
Whoever's
Citigroup.
quote unquote the driver of the robot.
who's driving the Watson? That's
Me.
the question.
Not IBM.
No.
Well,
Okay.
if it's AI, that's an interesting story actually. If it's AI, like if it's really truly quote unquote intelligent.
So what do you do? Like if can you put him on trial? Can you put him in jail? Can you erase him?
No.
What are
We'll
the
just go
moral
see
obli-
iRobot. They'll tell us the answers.
iRobot is
It's on
not-
Netflix, right?
Yes,
I
it
don't-
is.
Right?
I'm sure it is.
Okay, let's go to Back to the Future. Because
Yeah!
Why not? So a long time ago, like episode 21, which is like 7 weeks ago, because I was sick. We didn't have an episode and something like that. We were predicting the price of this hoverboard. Now, Mattel was offering a replica version of the Back to the Future 2 hoverboard. And we all made bets or made our best guesses. We didn't make a
Predictions.
Thank you. Predictions. We made predictions on what this thing would cost. Now, the price has been revealed.
Wait. What were our prices?
Okay, so Chad had,
I had 60.
60. Tony
That seems reasonable for a piece of plastic.
Okay, continue, Wise.
Tony had 99. I picked $300 because I thought they would try to rake you over the coals. Liz had $150, and Nicole was here last time. She's not a regular; she just shows up just randomly, sits down. At $200. Liz,
Yep.
what was the price?
It was 120. I didn't win. You won. We
Who
were
won?
so close.
Who won?
Tony wins.
Tony won.
Tony wins with 99
Tony
because
wins,
the next
Tony
one
win.
would have been Ayaz.
What do I
What did
win?
you win, Tony?
What do you win?
I
What do you
don't
win,
know.
Tony?
You win
win.
another beer.
Bragging rights.
Here you go, buddy.
There's another beer. It's a cider.
Hey, Nicole, can we get this board on BYB?
Does it actually hover?
No.
Oh, actually review it.
That
We'll
is
let you review.
that's a don't buy.
It's not. It's
It's
non-flying.
not hovering.
There,
It's non-flying.
I feel like it was.
You
It's
know
a-
what
you-
you
wait,
do
you
get,
can't
though?
review
You
it
do
as a
get
replica?
bragging rights. You get bragging
But
rights
it's
that
not
you
flying.
own a Mattel hoverboard.
Okay, you know what? It's 120. I'll start a Kickstarter. Get the funding to buy it, and
But-
I will do my
Beer.
own.
But it does have electronic whooshing sounds.
I make that in my head.
Whoosh.
I'm doing it right now.
there was a modder out there who actually put it. He built his own replica, and where the two, I guess, like pucks are, he put in magnets, and he put it on top of other magnets so it would float. So you can make it float, not very far, maybe about like a foot off the actual magnets, but it's really happening. You can buy this, and Tony is the big winner, and he wins one beer. And by the
does
way,
it actually
It's a cider.
move?
no, it
No.
doesn't.
It doesn't.
Well, you can move if you make it move, right? Because it's just a toy. It's a piece of plastic. Again, what Tony wins, by the way, is lots of beers tweeted at him.
Yay!
So if you're watching the show, you are now responsible for giving Tony his victory, which is tweet a beer.
Da-da-da-da.
Tony, what's your Twitter again?
At Hot Milk GT.
At Hot Milk GT. So tweet a beer at that guy because he won the first annual Predict a Hoverboard price, because every year we will have this.
And we were close. We were very close.
close.
It was right down to the finish line, man.
All right, let's go to Ion
Next
Theater.
year, I will
because-
totally get the predictor hoverboard.
Yes, next year you'll totally get it because
Totally.
it'll be
I
exactly
feel like
the
this
same.
price is right, guys. Let's spin
Absolutely.
something.
I'll spin.
How do we not have a giant spinning wheel at Twit?
All right, we'll start
Next
Kickstarter
week.
again, guys. More funding.
Let's go on to Ion Theater.
Theater.
Yes. Now, Nicole, you can't see, she's off frame, but sent it by Curtis B. We have a video of It says the title: Robot Quadrotors. Wait, what? Quadrotors.
Quadrotors.
Let me read good. Perform James Bond theme.
How are they performing?
All right, hang on. Let's watch.
Okay.
Oh, does he have a drumstick attached to him?
Yes, he does.
Oh, no way.
Okay, so
No.
wait. So like we have like a synth and we have like a ladder.
You say a
and-
Sith, like a Sith Lord?
Synth.
Yeah, like a Sith
Oh.
Lord. Yeah.
Yeah, Sith Lord. Exactly. That is
God.
that is
They're
Darth
in formation.
Cassio.
They're ready. They're ready.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. It's gonna happen.
Oh,
Can we turn that up?
what? No way.
What is going on here?
It sounds like farting, like a whoopee cushion.
This drives me nuts. Somebody programmed this and they're like, we got a crappy synth. Why would you not get a good synth that sounds like that's the thing
It
you
sounds
buy?
like whoopee cushions.
If you bought it at a Radio Shack from
they-
1985, that's what that synth is.
They spent all their money on the robots.
But they bought the robots. Buy the freaking good synth.
This needs to be a lot faster.
It sounds like a whoopee cushion. Does anyone else think that sounds like
It's a jazz version.
It needs to be a
of
little bit
James
faster.
Bond. When is the new James Bond coming out?
Let's criticize this like crazy because forget the fact they actually have flying.
I've seen better
robots.
hovering things at CES. They need to catch up with the technology.
The AR
This isn't
drones.
quite the hovering I expected.
What is
good.
Can you play the guitar?
That was good.
Oh, there it goes. That was a
Can
guitar.
we just have like a
That was
beatbox person like just show them up right now?
Disappointed. Absolutely disappointed. I don't care that you can make this happen. What you need to do is have a good synthesizer because it sounded like it was a little slow. Your timing was off. Very, very disappointed. I don't care that they only took 3 days. They should have made it better. There.
Says the Ayaz who's
That's what I say. I point at the camera, I point at this person here, and I point at
Wait,
this
whoa,
person
that's
here.
my face.
So we don't have to worry about robots taking over the world just yet.
Oh, it's gonna happen. We're all gonna die.
Because, I don't see Watson hovering around.
Watson
He
can't
was-
find
he
that.
was-
Like
Who do you
6,000
think was
servers.
shooting it? Hello. He was behind it all.
I'll forget. You know what I need to do to get that idea out of my head? Let's go to Ion Theater.
Yeah.
I thought we already.
Thought we just did it.
We'll do it again.
I know. Look at this. This is what everyone
Ion
needs.
We're
Theater
here with
Part
the
2.
Kickstarter. It says
I like the music.
I love the music.
Instaprint, the
I
location-based
want a tango.
photo
I'm a tango.
Okay. Wait, hang on. I don't even know what's going on yet.
Company.
There's a guy. It's got a drill press.
Chad needs to see it because he hasn't seen it yet.
Soldering iron.
$108,000 already.
It's white.
Oh, look, he's got a nut.
He said he had 2
Only
weeks
one.
to build a
What came out
prototype.
on the other side was
The guy on the right freaks me
I
out.
don't know if they should be staring at
It's a
us.
soap dispenser.
It's an Instaprint.
It was a small location-based
Correct.
photo booth,
Yeah.
and it could be
Break
set
fast.
up almost anywhere.
Break fast.
Headquarters.
Break fast.
It worked
Son.
by leveraging the popular app Instagram.
Sorry, Tony.
It works on
Take your
Instagram?
photo as
So, Tony, you
normally
love this,
would.
right? Because you're
Yeah.
all Android.
Location
F
or
you, Instagram.
hashtag. Wait a short moment, then watch as
I want
Instagram
that.
finds
No,
your
I
photo
don't.
Wait, it
and
finds your photo
automatically prints it
and
out.
prints it out.
For stalking abilities.
The prototype
It's a
got quite a lot
printer.
of attention. And so over the past
It's called
year,
Pods?
we've
Why
worked
do you
to
need
determine
$500,000
what it would
for a
take
printer?
To go
It's
from
called
proof of
Pods.
Wow,
concept
how much does it
to
cost to get one of
full-scale.
these?
Does it have
Dude, they're
GPS?
nowhere near their goal. Dun, dun, dun.
It does do some kind of location-based thing.
Yeah, so if we had-
There's like a coiled cable. That must mean it's impressive.
I like the green and white.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
very St.
And
Patty's.
with the new
Look at
addition
that.
of
Is-
Wi-Fi,
Is this basically
wireless setup
kind of
is
a
cinch
quote-unquote
with any
Polaroid
internet-connected device.
type
Yeah.
replacement?
Photo paperness.
Cables will be
Mhm.
improved,
It's
allowing
like, hey,
multiple
come to the Pit Brick
Instaprints
House, and if you
efficiently
hashtag your
daisy
picture, then we'll print it
together
out here for you to
higher
take as a
It's kind
souvenir.
of like a Polaroid.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Instaprint will
But this is
require
moronic.
any
We
ink
have
cartridges. Instead,
smartphones.
all
We
color
have
will be pulled
things to
right
show
from the paper
displays. Why do we have
Wait,
to have
what?
I know
printouts?
exactly what this is meant for. You come to Brick House, you take a picture with Leo, you put it on the thing, and you print one out, and you take it with you when you leave.
And then you print it out and you can have Leo's autograph it. Right then and there.
If you had a Galaxy,
Hello.
if you had a Galaxy
Thank
Note,
you, Nicole. I like that we're on the same wavelength. Damn it.
if you had a Galaxy Note,
And
one,
those
you don't
are
have
just a few of
Instagram,
over
but
50
you
new
could
changes
sign
that we're
your
planning
note
to do with all new Instaprint.
because it's got
But
a
that's
stylus.
virtual.
This is
an actual
something
piece
to
of
give to
paper.
little Timmy who doesn't have that smartphone or email.
You give him a.
Don't forget about Timmy.
Forget Timmy. This is awful. Look, the video.
How dare you forget
they're
about
eating,
Timmy?
Now they're eating sandwiches. Like that makes me want to give them money.
What's the one of his hair?
I don't know.
You should have hair like that. That'd be no.
I used to have hair like
There
that.
are other similar sort of social media type printers. Have you heard of the printer that prints out tweets or something like that?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I haven't-
There was a Facebook printer. I saw
Yeah,
that,
it was
the
a
concept.
Facebook printer that prints out
Actually,
like feeds, news feeds.
I got to talk to that guy on
things
email.
like that.
Hey,
What? Did you get a
Chad.
beer?
No, Chad.
Oh.
What?
Chad?
What?
I'm gonna put a link into the
Oh
doc.
no.
Not possible.
Okay, it's in there now. Do you see it? It's next to that link.
I got it.
Okay, can you click on that?
Okay.
Now talk about it.
Let's look at this webpage.
Okay.
Okay.
I saw this camera.
$300.
Okay, hold on. This is wait, where are you going? What are you doing? Okay. This is $299. It's a real Polaroid camera that actually prints. It
Oh, it's
takes
an actual
digital.
camera?
It takes digital photos, stores it on the camera. It prints out the photos so you can have Leo sign it. This is $299. Would you rather buy this? This is actually used by Chase Jarvis. If you don't know who Chase Jarvis is, Google him. This camera is $299.
It's a camera?
That POS that works with Instagram is $399. So you make your decision on what you want to buy.
Wait,
That's all I'm gonna say.
the
Before
whole
you
point is
buy.
you're not carrying it around.
But this is a better. Look, we gotta find out Chase Jarvis.
You
is.
have to use that thing. You need to buy one. It's $399.
It seems like a gimmick that you'd have like at a coffee shop or something. You just hashtag something.
Yeah,
like
Yeah,
that.
the thing
I
is that only one person can use the Polaroid. The Insta whatever.
No,
it
it's
could be
really
done
it's
any-
it's ideal
anyone.
for some place like here where you come here, you're like, oh my god, it's Leo,
so-
and you can print you hashtag you can show it everybody,
so-
but you can have something.
It would be a
in
place for
hand.
like bars or clubs to have.
any
Right.
events. They were saying
basically.
Lady Gaga events, all sorts
Yeah,
of
I
BS
get it.
like
I get
that.
it.
But
I get it.
the thing that I don't like is Instagram is only a iOS app that's not out there for Android yet. So if it's only using Instagram as its go-to picture taking ability, then
No, it's
sorry,
a
everyone
complete
else.
it's a completely fair argument, except that Instagram for iOS is still incredibly popular, and they
Right.
have a lot of customers already. So
Right.
the incentive for them to go to
But-
an Android platform is not as strong.
Except Tony really doesn't
Except
believe in
Tony
Instagram.
and everybody.
Yeah,
else
Tony
here,
just-
Android users are really
Wow,
hating
you're
them.
chugging, dude,
All right,
because you
so-
just like Instagram.
No, I totally understand it.
So,
I get it.
So
I get
Nicole
it.
will be investing all her money in this. She's putting 100% of, after she's going to invest in Citigroup. So Watson will make the money much bigger. Then she'll kickstart this Kickstarter.
I'm actually pro Zay Frank's new show.
By the way, good luck to you
His
guys
beer.
in your project. We hope you do fine. I'm just kidding, by the way. Your project is a project, okay? I'm just teasing. Okay. Enough of this show.
Little flanges.
Enough of this show. You should tweet us a beer.
Yes. Wait, does
At-
everyone have their tweet things as our little lower third?
No, we have at lizard77_
Yes.
at Ayaz,
Oh, no,
at
it's not
Hot Milk GT, and at Nicole. And behind me, at OMG Chad.
Tweet beer.
Tweet a beer.
Tweet a beer.
Tweet many beers because
Tweet
it's
many
Friday.
beers.
It's Liquid Friday, and there are sober kids out there. We are them. We need more beer.
And can I make a note? Chad is of age. He actually can
Yeah.
drink.
Yeah,
Most people
22.
don't think he can drink, but he can drink.
Oh, Chad's
He's
been of age
still
for a long
learning.
time now.
He needs education.
We're being played off right now, and that's a good point because that's what we need to do. We're done. We're finished. We're sick of you. Sorry. You can go ahead. If you see a story that we should really cover, email us at iontwit@gmail.com. That's IONTWIT@gmail.com. Or leave us a voice message. Liz checks these things out now.
Yeah, I do.
321-22-OTHER. 321-22-OTHER. That's a local call somewhere, I think, in Florida. And I'm talking too fast. We'll see everybody next week, maybe at a different time, though, because next week, by the way, iPad Today will be on at this time slot. So
Yep.
Yes, they will have.
We'll
hopefully
follow-
have
we'll
the
follow.
new iPad.
they'll have the iPad today, but that'll be then.
Boom.
Thank you.
Woo!
Okay, let's go.
Hang on a second. It's Chad, starting early. We're still setting up, so don't watch this now. We actually are adding Nicole right now, and the intro is going.
And I'm
So
Chad Johnson.
Right, exactly. Welcome to In Other News. This is the show where we take a laid-back look at stories beyond the tech headlines. Can you lower the volume because I can't hear anything? Oh, that's much better. Way better. Right now, we're trying to get another microphone, trying to widen the wide shot, and we've gone off the rails. It's been 6 minutes, and we're off the rails. I just lost my hair to the pop screen.
I'm sorry.
The madness
I'm sorry.
that is Ion. Is this recording?
Yeah, of course.
good.
It's recording.
The polar opposite.
Greg, I'm telling you to actually do this better than I am right now.
So what we're doing right now, if you're watching this on YouTube, or if you're watching this on the internet, you're like, what's going on? Again, laid back show, tech headlines. We look beyond the tech headlines because what happens is monstrously large stories happen. And when you can't even hear Nicole, she's saying some cool stuff, but she doesn't even have a microphone. She's not even in the wide.
We're looking under the headlines.
Wait, do we have a camera for Nicole?
Right?
I already put
Because the story.
I did the shoulder lines is what I like saying. Okay. Not the headlines, but the shoulder lines. We have hosts walking off the set. Anyway, so let's start off.
Okay.
No. Hang on. It's Friday, March 9th, 2012, and here's what's happening in other news. And other news is brought to you by Mechagodzilla. He's like Godzilla, but a robot, which makes him double awesome. And Tom Merritt was also in the background flipping us off.
Why don't we have Tom doing his
Tom's busy. He's a busy man. He's news director.
It was so good.
Yeah?
The weather.
Well, we might need another weather person. So.